It's not like this hasn't happened before. I mean, today's Rayman is yesterday's Leon Kennedy, only with less arms. Like, as in both weapons and limbs. And besides, at least Rayman gave the courtesy of an early notice. I mean, to this day, Resident Evil 4 has that little purple triangle right on the front cover. Only for the GameCube. Right, just like Rayman Legends is only for the Wii U. So, if you're not a Nintendo fan, you might not get it, but some of them are just a little bitter about Rayman Legends. Now, this was a game designed and built for the Wii U. It was supposed to be a launch window exclusive, an amazing Wii U game. Most of all, a sign of hope. Hope that this time, things would be different with third parties. Listen guys, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Despite all the things it isn't, Rayman Legends is still an amazing Wii U game. Of course, it's also a familiar game. Legends isn't the same revelation that 2011's Rayman Origins was, but it is the same everything else. And in the brilliant scheme that is Ubisoft's Rayman Revival, this is Phase 2. Phase 2 never has the newness that Phase 1 had, but what it does have is refinement. Rayman Legends isn't just a sequel to one of the best platformers in years, it's an improvement to one of the best platformers in years. So, is there a story? Well, I don't know. Maybe. The game itself seems to have the same attitude about it. I mean, stories inherently come with a linear progression. Legends doesn't. It just gives you this buffet of awesome platforming levels. You can choose any one at any time in any order, provided they're unlocked. Now, the game guides you a little bit. It kind of just offers suggestions on the gamepad, showing you some cool things you've unlocked, things you might want to play. And you can, just by tapping them. But ultimately, it's up to you. You and your ginger hero. You know, all the best heroes come in ginger.
I'm free!
Speaking of the gamepad, this game embraces it. Legends might not be an exclusive, but it's definitely a Wii U game at heart. Its design is focused entirely on the gamepad, throwing more ideas at that controller than even most of Nintendo's games. Some levels make you guide the character with the touchscreen, sliding platforms and cutting ropes. Later on, you might have to rotate the gamepad, and when it's not used for gameplay, it's this constant hub. It gives you access to everything with just a simple tap. It's like, this isn't a game that just added some gamepad support. This is a game that was made for the gamepad, and it's so refreshing to play a Wii U game with the creativity and the balls to do that. Now, of course, the most important thing in any platformer is control. Rayman Legends controls beautifully. The speed, the momentum, the tightness, it's flawless. It's like a clinic on how a platformer should play. And not only that, but it never gets old because you're always doing something different. From swimming levels, to floating levels, to running levels, to duck levels. Wait, duck levels? Yes, duck levels. Legends certainly has variety. And like the rest of the game, it's fast, it's frantic, it's kind of fucked up. Some games have some things. Rayman Legends has everything, or at least the good things. It's incredibly well made, it plays like a dream, it's as unpredictable as Bob Clampett on acid and has roughly the same style, and it's Wii U through and through. There's really nothing not to like if you're a Nintendo fan, unless you're bitter. And hey, I get it, I mean, what could have been, right? But sometimes you have to accept that you can't control a rebel. Leon Kennedy was a rebel. Beautiful Joe was a rebel. After years and years of irrelevancy, Rayman has rebelled, in more ways than one. Don't hold it against him, Nintendo fans. Love him for it. Because believe me, guys, he's wearing the same colors you are.